Good morning, Internet. Here we go. It's been a little bit. Welcome back for another wonderful morning of D&D fun. Yeah. Before we get too far into it, just to cover all the light switches and the checkboxes. Shout out to Sirenscape for the background musics and soundboards we use during our gameplay. Go check them out at sirenscape.com. They got a variety of soundboards and backgrounds you can use to make your tabletop experience epic. Shout out to everyone in the community who comes and watches these videos. You're all loved and appreciated. If you're new here and you're enjoying how this goes, be sure to hit the like, the subscribe, and little bell notification. Also, if you want to influence how the game goes, you can do that as a trickster, a reviewer. In the description below is a list of options you can use, and to the bane or benefit of the party, however you choose, we'll leave that decision up to you. A shout out and a thank you to, I guess, everyone, to the cast for coming out, for spending another Saturday. Apologize last week, didn't quite have enough stuff ready, and rather than give a poor session, took a little extra time to kind of let all that stuff work out. This one we're kind of falling downhill and picking up speed pretty fast. So how are you guys doing? Pretty good? Long week? Rough week?
Glad it's the weekend, always.
Busy week?
Busy.
Hopefully today will be a lot of fun, and we'll see what happens and kind of go from there. When we last left off, you guys had evaded the drow for now, and made your way to the shorefront on the western side of Dwendlin, coming up on a massive underground lake, interior sea, underground sea, whichever. You could not see the other side. However, you did notice a small island, and using a creative use of flying brooms and shapeshift and all these things, managed to traverse across the water relatively unnoticed, to your knowledge, and come up on the northwestern side of the island, where there was the remains of an ancient lighthouse. Some of the remains are some of the lighthouse that is still somewhat intact but toppled over is enough to provide some modicum of cover and concealment, so you can land on the island and then decide how you wish to proceed from there. So with that, we can go ahead and go to the map and kind of see what you guys want to do. So,
Aha.
Here we are on the island. The structure. As you're kind of looking about the island, you're seeing there was several appeared to be tents of some type, and a couple of points across the island, and there was a structure, seems to be kind of a whitewashed structure that seemed to be the keeper's house that went with the lighthouse that is no longer standing. There is no roof. And the roof used to be a thatch roof or whatnot, but it has long since decayed and rotted away. As far as you could see from the outside, doesn't appear to be windows and whatnot. So it's just the structure. Looking about, you do notice that around each of the two tents the tents you can see, there seems to be what you come to recognize as Kuo-Toa, a couple of them wandering around each of the tents.
So, quick question for you: is there
Answer.
a reason or at least I only see 30 feet? Is there something thematic going on that limits vision?
Only seeing 30 feet?
Yes.
Oh, so
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like it's the same for me as well. I can only see within the confines of my aura, apparently.
looks about right.
So I have dark vision to 60.
Let me check something.
Yep, likewise.
Thank y'all.
Interesting. Will, are you able to control your character today?
I am, or are you asking me if I am?
I'm asking if you are, because I know we've
Okay.
had a few technical glitches with your map. So
Yep, I can move her.
Yay.
awesome.
Thank you very much.
All right. So
So we're currently in a hut, correct?
no, you're currently in a pile of rubble.
I thought we had set up a hut.
Yeah, I was gonna
at the
say,
very end.
Shrag put up his tiny hut.
Did you when you landed on the island? Because I remember we just ended. You were landing in the rubble. You'd
Because we were gonna.
you'd put up the hut prior so you could get a rest in after encountering the drow.
Okay. I thought we had put one up.
Slept since then.
I feel like I remember
Slept a little
putting
bit?
up the hut because we were trying to discuss whether or not it would be able to be seen. And we were like, oh, well, it's opaque. And maybe I remember.
That was after you got done with the drow. You went to a little alcove in one of the residential areas and was able to kind of put up the hut so that nobody could come in while you took your rest. And then since then you proceeded through, managed to avoid any other activity in the city area on your route to the coast, and then you flew across and landed. So it hasn't been that long in terms of since you rested last. I don't think you guys used any of your spells or abilities, so you should be fairly spry.
I thought we were still flying. It's all good.
Isn't that what you use to describe old people? Is spry?
No, flying.
No. The
He's
DM's called
poking
us
fun
spry.
at me. He's poking fun at me. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yo, he wouldn't dare. Oh no, poke from the DM. That's gonna be so yes, that's really gonna help us.
Okay, so we are standing on the edge of a dark island with a bunch
Yes.
of rubble, and we can kind of see
in the rubble of a fallen lighthouse. You're able to use that to kind of give yourself some cover. Roughly about 60 feet. A couple of directions is where there seems to be some tents with some Kuo-Toa kind of milling about.
Okay.
So far, it does not appear that you have been seen.
Okay.
You have this
And
moment to
since-
plan and strategize before making any movement away from the rubble.
Okay.
Is it a working lighthouse? Like, is the light actually going around?
No, you're standing in what's left of it as it toppled over.
Okay. Well, I see a few denizens milling about. I wonder if they're able to be negotiated with. Aren't they kind of mad?
Well, they did talk last time about crazy gods and flavor of the week.
Maybe we should see if they want to talk. But just in case they don't want to talk, and I just slowly turn my head towards Obsidian.
I'll go. I'll go on a scouting. I'll go ahead and go scout.
Okay, we can.
But we're gonna give him a little. We're gonna do a little trick this time.
Oh, more tricks than last time.
More tricks.
Okay. Always got something up your sleeve.
What be the tricks today?
So I'm going to go ahead. Well, not at this moment, but as we are getting ready to depart, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself. However, I'm going to use my 2 sorcery points and twin it and make Anarion invisible as well.
Okay.
That is a neat trick.
Very cool trick. Give you a little
So,
ninja icon.
so you all will have the upper hand, but they will think they do.
Well, what do you think, Shraggy? Should we just go like the "Hey, how you doing" route, or should we go like the "Hello, I have awesome cosmic powers" route?
I'm wondering if we go with like the whole mad god thing, because like, well, hey, what's the worst that could happen? We kill them.
Right.
That's a fair point. What do you got?
So he's gonna get into a little huddle with Hillary and be like, oh, sorry, Willhelminia.
I'm like, who?
Yeah, well, basically get into the huddle and like you can explain to her what the kind of plan is. Like, don't act surprised when it happens, okay?
Okay. What are you doing?
So, I'm gonna be a god. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go and things are gonna happen, and it's gonna confuse them.
Okay.
And if it doesn't, you know what we do?
What?
Fireball.
Oh. Yeah, I bet fish people don't like fireballs.
No, but we
I don't
like.
think
fish.
like them either.
What's the worst could happen? You have an early lunch?
Yeah, fish and chips.
Sashimi. Do you want me to make your voice louder or give you an introduction or anything like that? I have this spell that can make somebody's voice louder.
Oh, that could work nicely. Because I'm going to go do prestidigitation and do one thing, and then mold earth and do another.
Okay.
And if you do the booming voice,
Okay.
it's all going to make it work so well.
Okay. Should we like add any torches or fire or anything to you beforehand? Because if we do, I can make them flicker or change color. Or, no, I can only do that with my eyes. I can alter the appearance of my eyes.
No, I think if you go with the booming voice, that should do it all really nicely.
Okay, I am ready.
Shraggy's going to sort of like gesture down his clothes, and it's going to turn like into the most ornate, over the top, crazy kind of embellished and embossed leather armor you've ever seen. I mean, it'll have colors. It's going to have sticky out bits. It's going to have like ridges and armor plates and stuff. And he's going to look like the boss.
Somewhere
And I
between
will-
avant-garde and oh my god, that's tacky.
Yeah,
Pretty much,
a
yeah.
bit garish. I will take my displacer cloak-ish out of my pack and put it on, put the hood up, and then take 2 little tentacle thingies and put them on my hands. And then I just kind of like put my head down and like go like position myself behind Murder Hobgobbo and get ready to make his voice loud.
Alrighty.
Draggy,
So-
do you want Will to come with me, or do you want to keep her as part of your godlike?
I think she's going to do the big booming voice thing. She needs to be with me, maybe?
Okay. All good.
She'll be the deity's cleric or something.
Where are you two going to be? You're going to sneak off, or you're going to be just next to us, but like hidden?
I'm going on a little stroll.
I'm going to help protect you guys just in case something happens.
Cool. Okay, we got a plan then? Awesome.
All
So
right,
that let's go introduce ourselves.
so maybe should we give Obsidian a little bit of time, or should we do this before he goes? What do you think?
So we're quite away from the building, aren't we? So I mean, it kind of makes sense giving him a head start. Otherwise, he's gonna be like caught in the middle of it all.
Okay. So we'll give you a count of 30 seconds because I know you can move real fast with those kitty feet.
My kitty feet.
Quiet,
Thank you.
quiet kitty feet.
Quiet
My
kitty
kitty
feet.
feet.
I just realized you have kitty toes.
Does a tabaxi always land on their feet?
We can drop them from a height and see what happens.
Yeah, but do you know the worst thing you can do to a tabaxi?
Put them in
His,
water.
no, butter his feet.
Okay, with that, I am going to go ahead and twin an invisibility spell, touch myself, touch Anarion, and walk.
I wonder how he would react if we put tape on his feet.
Oh no, if you put butter on his feet,
Yink.
everything always lands butter side down, doesn't it? A tabaxi and the cat always lands on its feet. So does that mean somehow it's just going to like spin in the circle and it hits the ground?
Okay, D&D physics aside, we give him a count of 30. And we start approaching the nearest tent. And as we start approaching, I start casting Thaumaturgy, and the sound of waves and like the sea gets louder and louder as we approach. And I just kind of cast them at once around, so it just kind of builds on each other and rolls like the sea.
And at the same time, Shrag's going to cast Precipitation, and in the area around him, you're going to get wafts of the smell of the sea, a really strong sort of salty sea air. The wind's going to start blowing, and there'll be some faint kind of music, just boom, boom, boom in the background. And I'm going to ready action that as the first Kuo-Toa come towards us, I will start speaking, and I will cast Mold Earth. And on the ground in front of me, the stone and stuff like the ground will start sort of swirling like the waves of the sea. So like big sort of rolling, kind of like sort of imagery of like big waves crashing.
Very cool. All right.
And I am waiting as soon as he speaks to cast Thaumaturgy to make his voice sound booming and deep.
Okay. So go ahead and move yourselves where you're going to start this procession. Oh, that's a hell of a lot of movement.
There we go. I'm heading that way.
And Steve, I went ahead and rolled stealth at 27.
Jeez.
Where did your first move? Is that where your first set of movement stopped?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep going. But since we're kind of splitting here, I want to make sure you have time to do what you need to do.
Yeah. Okay. So Shrag and Will, they start walking toward the tent. This Kuo-Toa comes around, and when you guys make sight of him, you start your theatrics.
That's a good word.
Obsidian, as you start to move, there's the other Kuo-Toa that's coming around the opposite side of the tent.
Mhm.
Stops and kind of looks, kind of panning left to right, and on the way on when it pulls its vision back, it stops and seems to be staring right at you. And then as you move, its eyes are watching you as you move.
He's got some hell of a perception. All right.
All right. I'm going to stop and stare him down. I want to see if he's guessing.
Okay. So Shrag, what do you say as you see this Kuo-Toa come around and make his way toward you and Will in your theatrics.
So I shall step up to him, and I shall use prestidigitation to make the beat, the music get louder. And I'm going to throw my hands up in the air and go, I am the god Rai. I descend upon your earth from the skies. I command your souls, unbelievers. Begone with your short and shady senators. I am your god.
Love it. What language?
That will probably be in. Let's just see which I've got. It'll be in common. I doubt they'd understand Goblin.
So it's just regular common?
Yep.
All right, go ahead. And are you intimidating or persuading?
Oh, probably full on. Probably more persuasion than intimidation. This one, I think.
All right, go ahead and roll a persuasion with disadvantage because he doesn't speak common.
Oh no.
Does he get advantage because I'm helping?
All right, I'll let that cancel out. Just a regular persuasion roll.
Sweet.
There you go. Okay, we've got all the theatrics going on. There's the waves in front as well, and I'm like gesturing to the waves and hand shapes as well. So there's a little bit more going on. And that is dirty 20.
Nice. So as you do this, and that Kuo-Toa sits there, and he's got his spear, and he kind of has it in the in some of the ready, and he hears you speak and sees everything around, and sits there and calls out. And he calls out in Undercommon to an alarm and and then immediately kind of drops to his knees and starts to do the bowing and the cringing on and you can kind of make out it's like, oh great terrible one, please have mercy, have mercy.
Shrag will do mold earth again around him, and the wave patterns will actually like appear in the ground around the one that is kneeling. And obviously using our basic knowledge of the Undercommon, if that's what they can speak, Shrag will kind of like use stilting, halting speech of that and be like, stand, believer, tell the others, I am your god, I am the god Rai, rise, rise.
And a couple more and three more Kuo-Toa exit the tent and start to come up coming up on this. One of them comes out next to the one that's watching Obsidian. So Obsidian, you're trying to stare him down.
Since I stopped moving, is he still kind of looking at me?
As far as you can see, he's about 15 feet from you.
Yeah.
He hasn't changed. He hasn't looked away. He's still focusing on you, and he starts to, and he kind of has a spear, kind of in a ready position. And and then at that point he hears the alarm from the others, and hears the chanting of the one, and his attention he kind of looks over as another one comes up beside him, and the one that comes up beside him stops and looks in your direction as well, and the two of them converse real quick. And since you guys have a rough understanding of Undercommon, he says it's like, there's something here, and what's up with that crazy one? I don't know. I sense it too. What should we do? Get the Duke. Tell the Duke. We need to inform the Duke. Good idea. And this one starts to rush off around the building. He moves off. He's in this direction. The one that's got his spear at the ready, staring at you, doesn't seem to be shifting his attention. while hearing the other stuff, and the racket is carrying over in one of the tents, in the tent to the south. The Kuo-Toa there start to move close, start coming closer to find out what's going on, and those inside that tent come out as well. So, Drag and Hillary, what do you continue to do?
I will use my Wand of Illumination, use 1 charge to cast Dancing Lights. And I will make it do the vaguely humanoid form, but like around Shraggy. So he's glowing now.
Nice.
You hear some gasps from the Kuo-Toa that are the 3 that are right there in front have all gone to their knees and are kind of doing the praying thing as more start arriving. Obsidian, what do you do with the one that's rushing toward around the building, and the other one that's staring at you?
So I'm actually going to change into my wild shape,
Okie dokie.
and I'm going to change into a spider.
So you cast wild shape, turn yourself into an arachnoid.
Yes.
All right, your that a little blue icon. Take away the ninja icon because that would dispel
Drop
your
my
invisibility.
invisibility. Yep.
So for a brief
so
moment, you become visible, and right before the Kuo-Toa's eyes, you shrink. You start to shift and form and sprout out additional arms as you shrink in size to that of a small spider.
And then I'm going to scurry under a rock, under a bush, under in a little hole. I'm just going to scurry down and see. But I want to move at least a good 5 or 10 feet to see if he can still track me.
Okay, go ahead and okay. Go ahead and roll a hide. Go ahead and roll a stealth and a hide, or it's all pretty much the same thing. Stealth check.
Wow, only a 14, and I don't get advantage since I don't have my boots.
All right.
And you must have rolled real bad.
2.
Oh.
So then you find out that Kuo-Toa are actually scared of spiders. It's fine.
So you scurry over and dart into a rock. This Kuo-Toa comes around, shouting the alarm. Let's see. These five are coming to investigate what's going on. All right. So back Shrag and Willhelminia, you're starting to attract a crowd.
So using the go on.
No, I was just saying cool.
So using the light effects around me, I'm going to sort of keep. Obviously, now we've got the crowd going. Is like keep up the show. So I'll then sort of sweep my arm across and use precipitation, and basically there'll be a gust of wind that goes across. And I'm like, feel the winds of the sea. I am here to lead you. And obviously I'll do that in broken undercommon. And then with the other hand, I'll sweep across, and then like diving sort of round between them will begin like more rolling C shapes in the ground with the mold earth.
And as he does that, I will cast Thaumaturgy once more to create some harmless tremors under their feet.
All right. They continue to prostrate themselves, and stand there and bowing, and more come. They as they get close enough and they see this wind, they all stop. They all kind of stop. So now, you've got 8 of them that have their attention all on you, and sitting there, and all of them are starting to chant your name.
I am the god Rai. Where is your leader? Bring him to me. More wind and music and air goes across.
The Kuo-Toa that Obsidian was trying to dodge and hide from, that Kuo-Toa comes over and is starting to search the base of the building, trying to ascertain where you vanished to. In the process of searching.
How far is that one from us?
Say again?
How far is that one from us?
That one from you is about 70 feet.
Okay.
Try
So
can
I
kind
would
of see him out of
say-
the corner of his eyes. He's seeing these ones that are bowing and chanting, and he sees the one that's kind of poking at the base, and sees another group of 5 coming closer, and
How good is this structure? Are there any cracks or holes that I could crawl through?
there would be a few. I mean, the structure's been standing for a long time, so there would be a
All
few
right.
few cracks and whatnot, just from where. Think of like old school White Houses with the stucco sides and
Mhm.
whatnot, in that kind of limestone white or lime white. So there'd be a few
Okay.
cracks that you could kind of get through.
I would like to go ahead and slide through the crack into the other side, please.
Okie dokie. So come through the crack and you look inside. As you're coming in there, you see there's a group of more heavily armed and ornate Kuo-Toa inside.
Okay.
Those you kind of have seen before in the city proper, with the troglodytes. Just as the one runs in, and you hear him calling out, saying that a great god has appeared. Get the Duke. He must speak to it. Get its blessing. Get the Duke.
And I will create taumaturgy to just create voices, little whispers all over within 30 feet. We're just like, get the Duke, get the Duke, get the Duke. Where's the Duke?
And Shrag will again use the mold earth to sort of make the waves pass around them. See, they are believers. The sea welcomes them. You come closer. Are you believers too? And I'll gesture to that group that's slightly further south and sort of gesture for them to come closer.
All right, go ahead and roll your persuasion. This time with advantage because of the amount of followers you seem to be garnering.
Nice. That is going to be a 19.
Hey.
Alrighty. So he sits there and he stops searching, and he turns to give you his attention, and seeing this big performance, and he starts to move a bit closer. Where you guys can't see, on the southern part of the island, there's another group that seems to be Shrag might actually be. Yep. Shrag, as you sit there and you survey your subjects for as long as and playing into this role, you see coming from the southern corner another group seems to be rounding the corner and coming toward you.
Okay. I'm going to kind of like gesture to like sort of the area just in front of him. So literally that kind of square just south of the tent. I'm going to start sort of pointing at the Kuo-Toa and getting the winds to sort of blow behind them, almost like encouraging them to move along. Before me, kneel before me, all of you. Come, kneel closer, kneel before me now. I am the god Rai.
Oh, great Rai! Oh, great Rai! Speak of the sea, oh, great Rai!
The seas roll and the oceans boil. See the waves around you, believers. And then do the mold earth again.
All right. Obsidian, as you're inside, you hear the one Kuo-Toa come in, and then you hear the others in there start to question him. What madness you speak? And he's like, "There's it rose from the rocks. It makes the earth move and the winds blow. We must get the Duke." And shortly after, another Kuo-Toa starts to round the corner, speaking and asking, "Show what madness is this?"
And
What
how
you
many
wish
do
to
I
do,
see?
Obsidian?
How many do I see?
Your vision 60.
And how many do I hear on top of that?
You can see 3 clearly.
Okay.
You can glimpse 1, and you hear 4 more. You can hear voices of 4 more because everyone's talking inside the space now.
Okay. And none of them are paying attention to me, correct?
No, as far as their attention is on the one Kuo-Toa that came in and is babbling on about the whatever it is that is calling itself a god that came on the island. And
this one right here, which way is he facing?
He's currently looking
Direction?
southeast.
Okay, I'd like to scurry across the floor then to this wall.
Okay.
And in kind of finding again cracks, whether that's where the wall meets the floor or cracks on the wall, I'd kind of like to just come to this corner and pause, but as hidden as possible.
All right, go and roll your stealth check.
$21.
Oh.
Slightly better.
Hmm?
Slightly better. I rolled a 9. Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. So when you're doing that, you hear a voice call out from around the corner, and calling out to my lieutenants and captains, "Go seek this strangeness. We will investigate now." And they all start to they all start to file out.
So you said I see 4, and I hear 4 more voices.
You hear another one as he comes around, and the 3 that are here, they're all starting to kind of make movement to start moving to the southeast to go to the entrance.
Does it appear that everything is leaving this area? The 4 I see, the 4 I heard.
You're seeing the 4 you heard. The 4 you heard, you see them start moving, and the ones that are closest to the door are already starting to exit.
Okay. Then I'm going to pause right here. I want them all to leave.
Okay. Shrag and Will, what about you?
Right, so let's look at that map. So I'm just going to sort of position myself just a little bit further south towards the rocks, and then to try and distract them, I'm going to send Nat kind of like into the middle of the group. I'm going to go, see the light of the sea. I bring her before you. Move up and have a look. See the light of the sea. And as that happens, I'm going to prepare a spell in the background. I'm going to wait for them to sort of come forward and see Nat.
Yeah. So they're watching Nat as she glows forward. Will?
Nat's not really an object that I could cast light on, is she?
No, and she kind of emits her own light.
Okay, then I will cast light on like a rock at her feet.
Okay. So as you cast that and the light goes off, the ones that are closest to it actually kind of shield their eyes just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yes, feel the burn. And I'm just trying to keep an ear out for if anything is going wrong with Obsidian. Trying to keep an ear on where Anarion is and just getting ready to pop off if we need to.
All right, Anari, what are you doing while all this has been occurring?
So I had a thought that while they're distracting, I want to see if I can kind of move south around this rubble.
Sure.
And kind of try to get an idea of who might be coming from the other direction. I don't want to get too far away, but I want to just see what I can see from that other tent that was to the south.
Okay, let's go and move you can go and take go and take some movement. While you're moving, you see that. Well, as you get closer on that track, there are some more Kuo-Toa that are rounding the corner of the building and coming toward the source of all the commotion. They seem to be avoiding walking through the rubble, so they're just taking the path of least resistance.
Okay. How high is this rubble?
It's some of the clumps are 10 feet high. Some of them are a little bit shorter. There's a couple of fairly large sections of the wall, but since the lighthouse would have been curved in a way, they're kind of sitting at a weird angle. So it's enough to give you a bit of cover.
That's what I was asked. That's what I was looking for. So this will give me cover then.
Yeah, it'll give you cover as you work your way around.
All right, then I'm gonna go ahead.
You're
and
invisible,
move.
so
I'm gonna move there for now.
Alrighty. Some time passes. Obsidian, you know that things get quiet, and you just hear the murmuring and the activity outside through the wall. But as far as you can see or hear inside the building right now, there seems to be no activity. No one's here.
Okay. So I'd like to kind of move around.
Okay.
Move to here. Do I see anything in this area?
The room is fairly clear. A couple of makeshift beds, and you see a doorway that leads out.
And this area up here, I'm also assuming was pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty much just some bedrolls and stuff that's been set up for the Kuo-Toa that are staying in there. You can gather there's enough beds for 7 Kuo-Toa inside.
Okay. So I'd like to very carefully peek, like, again, on the very corner of where the wall meets the floor, just peek around and see if I see anybody.
In that room, you see there's someone that looks like this particular room is like a singular type of bed. So this is probably where the leader of this group stays. And you
Okay.
see there's looks like another door and another a wall, and it looks like a kind of a little hallway.
Okay. So I'm gonna make my way over to the hallway.
All right, so you see the hallway, you see a set of stairs that descend down.
Do I hear anything down there?
Not go and roll a perception.
So I have a passive of 20 and I rolled an 18.
Hey.
You can hear the faint sound of water,
Okay.
but that's about it.
All right. I want to climb kind of on the wall down.
Okay.
I don't want to have to deal with the steps.
All right, so you're going to descend down the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But on the wall.
That's where
not
we
on
will
the
hold
ground.
you, as you no longer can hear anything up above as you descend into the cellar.
Okay.
Which will bring us outside. So, Shrag, you see on the eastern side, round in the corner, is this group of Kuo-Toa that is armed and armored a lot more than the ones that you have seen. Most of the ones that have been prostrating to you and bowing to you, they've all been carrying like simple spears and shields and kind of basic wares. This group that's coming around, they're carrying some heavier duty type of weaponry, and they seem to be surrounding someone who's walking with a staff of some type. You kind of get the sense that the guy with the staff is probably the Duke they've been kind of going on and on about, and he takes in the whole sight of this and kind of looks and looks at you, and kind of looks at you and and then you hear he calls out to you in common. Who are you? What you do to my people?
I am the god Rai, and I come to lead you. I am here to be your god.
And I'll do the usual prestidigitation and the sort of move the air and make the smell of the sea and the music come back again.
All right. He sits there, stands there. His entourage moves a little bit closer, and he calls out to you again. Are you here to defeat? Are you here to lead us to defeat our hated enemies?
I am here to lead you forth to defeat the Drow, to defeat the Illithid. We will march forth from this. We shall cross the waters, and we shall bring greatness to us all.
While he's doing that, I start waving my tentacle arms.
And I'll do the molder. Actually, I'm going to prepare a spell with my other hand. I'm going to get sort of this little ball of light that's going to start appearing in my hands. Like,
Look, I bring the power. I am here to lead you.
Can I see the entourage yet, or are they too far away?
They are way too far from you. Your vision kind of stops at the edge, the western edge of the building. You see that there are more that were coming along the northeastern side. You can kind of your vision is basically the western wall of the building, and there are Kuo-Toa that came from the south, and there are Kuo-Toa coming around from the north. But the conversation that you're hearing Shrag have with the one Kuo-Toa that seems to be speaking common, you can hear it, but you can't see him.
Are those other groups still moving northward toward that gathering?
They are, but with the conversation going on, they've kind of stopped and are kind of just watching and keeping quiet. So it's almost like once this conversation between the Duke and Shragnaz has begun, most of the rest of them have kind of quieted down a bit to allow this conversation because they acknowledge the Duke as their and want to hear how this goes. Is there something you wish to do?
Now, if they're going to stop, I'm not going to move at this point. If they were going to keep moving, I was going to try to skirt the building to the south, but since they're not moving, I'll wait.
Okay. They would probably get there and then stop. So Shrag, you're trying to convince the Kuo-Toa to follow you as their new leader.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm now going to cast that prepared spell, and I'm going to drop Sickening Radiance on this group just here. And as I cast it, I'm going to look at the ones nearest to me, the ones that bowed first, so just that left-hand side of the tent. And as I cast a spell, I'll turn to them and go,
You are my favorite ones. You acknowledge my power. See how they suffer, those non-believers. You are believers. Join me and fight them.
and then boom, going to drop Sickening Radiance on those people at the back there with that big circle.
Alrighty. What does Sickening Radiance do?
Sickening Radiance is so dim greenish light spreads within a 30-foot radius sphere centered on the point you choose within range. The light spreads around corners and it lasts until the spell ends. When a creature moves into the spell's area for the first time or starts its turn there, that creature must succeed in a Constitution saving throw or take 4d10 radiant damage, and they suffer 1 level of exhaustion and emit a dim greenish light in a 5-foot radius, which means they're incapable of going invisible.
Cool. What was
And
the
it's
save on that again?
So it is a DC 17 Constitution save, and it's concentration up to 10 minutes.
So it's a con save, 10 minute, and it lasts for 10 minutes. And any creature that starts, it doesn't take effect till they start their turn in there.
Yeah, so basically it's they move through it or they start a turn in it.
Okay. Well, I guess with that, we can totally kick off initiative.
I'm glad I have advantage because that was a natural 1.
21.
So close to being a 20, but instead it was an 8.
I hate it when
landed on it.
I hate it when they roll the wrong way.
I know, right? It's just
Mine-
so rude.
Mine did the right thing though. It rolled the right way.
Nice. I just got nervous. As soon as we roll initiative, every time I get nervous.
Sweaty palms?
How do you draw those circle things?
When you go to draw a shape, if you hold the Alt key, when you draw, it'll turn into a circle instead of a square.
Sweet.
And if you hold down the Shift key at the same time, it's a bit of a finger meld. It'll actually snap to the squares at the time as well. So if you want to count across the squares, it'll like go snap, 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 snap. It's so fun, so useful. So gonna get us killed.
Well, that circle's not nearly big enough. This is going to be a big freaking circle. Okay. Oh, geez. Oh, God. Now, how do I make it go away?
If you go back to your select tools, the little black arrow, and click on the shape and then hit delete, it'll clear it out.
Okay. Thank you.
It's a little bit of an art form.
Thank you.
Can't see nothing except a little stairwell.
You're in the dark.
That's because you're a mouse in the house. Oh wait, no, you're a spider in the house.
Not much better when it comes to dark vision.
So if you're wild shaped into a spider, can you actually spin a web?
Yeah,
That's cool.
totally do that.
Very cool. Use your little web strand to go down places.
I don't think I'm going to be able to make this circle as big as it needs to be.
Hmm?
How big does it need to be?
Huh?
How big does it need to be?
60-foot radius, so 120 feet across.
Oh my word. That's kind of like the whole kind of like screen.
It's kind of like the whole island, I'm hoping.
Alrighty, so
Okay, no, I'm sorry, I read this wrong. It's 30-foot radius, so it's 60 feet across.
okay.
It's a 60-foot range.
Alrighty, so starting with so guess we're starting with Anari at the top of the order as Shrag has cast this spell. We will wait and see as the effect goes.
Do you have us in the initiative order? I didn't see me.
Didn't see you? Oh, okay.
Nope.
Hang on. Let me clear you
So I
guys
could
out
add-
and re-add you.
Add my number.
Oh yeah, I'll just see the bad guys. Man, there's all of them.
See lots and lots of bad guys.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, there
All
we
right,
go.
should be able to see yourselves now.
Yep. Trying to add it. There we go.
9, really? Show off.
Ooh, what did you get?
29 for his initiative.
Good Lord, how's that even possible?
I rolled a nat 20 and I have a +9.
How do you have a +9 to initiative?
Alert.
The
Boys.
alert feat.
Wow, that's amazing.
And just pray he never takes observant. No, if he takes a level of 2 of Gloom Hort or Gloomstalker, they add the wisdom intelligence to it as well. It's like,
Oh.
what?
So, as stated before, Anari, what do you wish to do?
So I still can't. The group still hasn't moved farther north. They're still standing still.
They seem to be they were in the process of moving, and so I mean, if you want to try and sneak around them, you can. But that's kind of where they are right now as we start.
Now I'm going to hold an action for now.
Okay.
I'm going to try to find a way to get to one of the big guys, and I'm going to try to get a surprise attack on that particular one. I have something in mind, but I've got to wait till I get a little closer. So I'll just hold an attack for now.
Okay. Okay, so you're holding your bow.
No, it's going to be a melee attack when I make it, but I'm waiting until I can get my clean attack.
Okay.
I have like I said, I've got an action, a plan of action in mind, but I've got to wait for a certain series of events to occur.
Gotcha. All right. So this brings us to Shragnaz.
Cool. So I take it I've already cast the other spell then, so that's done and placed. So this is now
that's in play.
cool. Awesome. In which case, what I'm then going to do is my next spell is going to be a bit of a new one. So this one we gained the other week is Synaptic Static.
Whoa.
That's a 20-foot radius spell, so you choose a point within range and cause psychic energy to explode there. Each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere sent on that point must make an intelligence saving throw. If you've got intelligence of 2 or lower, can't be affected. They take psychic damage on a failed save or half as much on successful. After a failed save, a target has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts the number rolled from all attack rolls and ability checks, as well as Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. The target can make an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself if it succeeds. And that one is going to go down here on these ones. And that will be a case of, I think, I'm going to turn to those three that nearest to us and go,
Believers, watch my power. Watch how the non-believers suffer, that those who do not listen.
and I'll reach out with my hand and cast it down at those ones coming up from the south.
Okay. So it's starting off with a...
So that's 37 points of damage rolled.
Jeez.
And that's a DC 17 intelligence save.
Nicely done.
Alrighty. I'm just getting... Oh, let's see. So we got...
Sorry, I'm throwing all the really weird spells this week, Scoob.
7. So it's 7 of those. Five, 6, 7. So out of 7, one made the save. The rest failed the save.
Cool. So those that failed take 37 points of damage.
And the one that succeeds takes half of that?
Yep.
Half of 37, 15 plus 3, 18. Okay. So I'll do the one that's saved.
Yep. And also, if he saves, he won't have the muddled thoughts. Oh. Oh. Okay, so we muddled their thoughts quite badly then.
okay.
Go on, I can't see anything.
So as you cast that, Anara, you watch 7 of them kind of stop and grab their heads, and then they just 6 of them drop, and one of them, he stands there and kind of shakes himself clearly, but he's staggered and is not doing so good.
What's the southernmost one doing?
He was outside of the range, so he's watching them all fall, and he's just.
But does he move forward, or
holding
does
on to his spear,
just stand
deciding
there?
what to do next?
Okay, so he's not moving forward. He's just standing there.
Yeah, at this moment, because it's just here's the 6 seconds. He sees all of it. He sees them drop, and it's not his turn yet, so he doesn't know what to do. To him. All right, so he's starting in there.
Yep. So Sickening Radiance is DC 17 Constitution save.
He makes the save.
Ooh.
So
he's okay. So there's no half damage. It's just if he fails to save, he takes the damage and gets the exhaustion.
Alrighty.
Excuse me.
We haven't seen the big bad guy yet, right? Or at least I haven't.
No, you haven't.
Okay.
So the one with Shrag, as you're watching and seeing what happens, you see with the one with the staff kind of hold his staff, put his staff there, and kind of takes a hand to his head as it occurs. And when it's done, he kind of looks up and he points over to he kind of points his staff over to the edge of the water. He kind of points his staff in your direction, but slightly to the north of you. And then you see as the water starts to ripple, and a large wave rises up to wash over you and Will from the side.
Okay.
Need you to make a strength saving. You and Will to make strength saving throws.
Oh, good, because we're both so strong.
That's
Got a +0, so it's just a straight die roll. That's a 6.
is also a 6.
Oh no!
As this wave washes over and crashes and kind of crashes down, and you lose your balance and get swept into the water, and you're swept forward toward the building about 20 feet, and are prone.
Okay, so we're closer to the building now.
You would both wind up about right here and in the prone position.
I've got a symbol for that.
Okay. Soggy and grumpy.
Shrag, I'll need you to make a con saving throw to maintain your concentration.
Yep. Oh, that's a natural 1. D&D Beyond. How could you fail me so?
No.
Well, to be fair, I got away with some serious shenanigans up till this point. Oh, I didn't actually delete that. But...
Wait, did you take damage?
No, I didn't take any damage.
He got knocked over. He got knocked over with the water. So that's why I'm making you do the Constitution save. Because it would have been a distraction, even if it was just a little just getting washed over and switched out like that.
Okay.
Hey. Oh. All right, so that would bring us to Obsidian, who is walking down the stairs into the cellar.
No, I'm not walking down the stairs. I'm crawling down the wall.
You're crawling along the wall to the stairs, which will effectively put you out of the immediate combat.
Right. Right, but I'm not on the stairs, and I'm not walking.
You're on the wall. You're on the wall.
Yeah.
You're going down below the island into the cellar. There's more stuff. There's more. There's stuff there. In the cellar, there is you see as you come down in view, there are a couple of rooms with like a dirt floor and these pools of water, and you kind of see that the water seems to be seeping in from the sides.
Okay. Any creatures down here? Any threats down here?
Cracks in the walls, leak. So the overall there's a layer of water on the ground, but you don't see anything in terms of creatures. You see a couple of small rooms.
Okay, I'd like to investigate for traps as well.
Okay. I'm gonna have to pretty much hold you right there because I'd have to put you on a different map to walk you through that. So we will effectively hold you out of combat for this unless something happens that is loud enough to attract your attention. Which brings us to Will.
Well, just as a note, the Sickening Radiance spell actually, it says if they entered for the first time, so they should have had to do a save when it first went up.
Well, they would have started in that spot, but I'll have them make the save when it gets to them. Just to be fair.
And I guess I'm gonna continue doing what my plan was, even though the spell dropped. I am going to throw back my hood and grab the holy symbol that the four of us made together in the Sverfneblin camp.
Okay.
And it starts to glow dimly, and then it gets brighter and brighter and brighter until it becomes the light of dawn.
Okay.
And I will cast Dawn with a 60-foot radius. I don't know where my circle went.
I see a couple of them. I see a lime green one, and I see a couple of dark green ones.
Mine's the lime green one. For some reason, I can't see it on my
All right,
screen.
where are you? Can you ping where you're centering it?
Right about, helps if I have the right thing on. Right about here.
Righty. Covers all of them. Cool.
Yes. Okay. So for Dawn, each creature when it is cast must make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. All right. What is the DC?
My DC is 17.
17. Alrighty, let's start there. 3, 4, 6, 7. So 7 con saves. All right, one makes it.
Suppose I could roll my d10s.
Seven. All right, those 7. All right. 1.
And I don't know, I mean, this is considered sunlight.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they have any sort of like sunlight sensitivity as a underdark creature. That's what I'm hoping for, since I saw them kind of cringe away from the light spell.
Okay. So 17 is the DC, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, 2 saved, the rest failed.
Okay, it is 21 radiant damage.
All right.
Didn't roll that great.
Double checking the sunlight sensitivity. Okay.
And just moving forward, if any other creature moves into it, including my allies, they will not take damage unless they end their turn there.
All right, so if they fail the save, it's full. If they fail the save, it's how much damage?
21 radiant.
21 radius. And if they made the save?
It would be 10.
10.
For half a breath, Will just enjoys the sunlight on her face and then glares at these Kuo-Toa because they're the last thing between her and going to the freaking beach.
So it was 21 points, right?
Yes, sir. It is nice seeing all those red X's go up.
I only get to see one.
Really? Oh,
I
because
don't
you're
get to see
Yeah.
any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They isn't letting him see. You see the Anari sees the bright light that appeared, and
How many did?
he sees the shadows right on the edge of those Kuo-Toa that are right there that are silhouetted by the bright light as it goes off, and they turn and they're covering their eyes and they just start to smolder and then they fall down. You start to kind of smell like
It's a fish fry.
yeah, pretty much.
And
And you get
Anarion's
well-
got a great
baked
big
fish.
smile on his face.
Baked fish. Lots of
So you-
baked fish.
You can't see him falling, but you can smell him falling.
Come on, Will. How many did you get? Did you beat my record?
Ooh, did I? What's your record?
We got, what was it? 8 spider, 1 drow, and myself, and 1 fireball.
Well,
So only
That's
counts
right.
as one.
That's right.
Or no, it wasn't a drow. It was
Drider.
Are you looking for damage
And
or
me.
kill?
kills.
Oh, she got 6
Well-
on that one.
Okay.
She got
My-
6.
my-
She got 6 kills in that flash.
My record stands.
yeah, your record stands. And don't forget, you had me in that fireball too.
Yeah, but you didn't die.
Shrag, that the spell you had up that got dissipated. What's the save on that again? The
Oh, my-
sickening ray or aura of sickness or sickening showers.
Sickening
DC 17 was at a con.
It was a Constitution save, yeah.
Okay. All right. So he failed it. Close, but no cigar. Ready. So I got 2 saved, the rest didn't. So what was the damage on those that failed?
So I hadn't actually rolled the damage at the time because obviously we just cast the spell for when they first appeared in it. That's 4d10. Let me just roll that now for you. That was only 9 points of damage. Oh, 2 1s, a 3 and a 4. But to be fair, I didn't cast that. I cast it because it made them glow. So actually, it was actually more for the fun and games of actually making them glow for part of the storyline of Shrag going,
But look at them glow. Look how they are unbelievers.
So what does happen is those that fail the saving throw, they take the damage, but they also suffer 1 level of exhaustion. And they now all emit a green dimish light that goes out in a 5-foot radius. So they cannot go invisible.
All right. covering that at a time. So all right. They suffer a point of exhaustion, which gives them disadvantage on all their checks. And they glow green for 5-foot radius.
Yep. That was the main reason for casting it.
Just wanted the glowing Kuo-Toas.
Yeah, it was all part
I'll
of
give
the
them all
route.
green.
Does
I'll give them
the
all green
glow-
dots to go with the
I was going
glowing.
to say, does the glow give advantage on attack rolls against them like fairy fire does?
No, sadly not. No, it just means that they can't go invisible because even if they go invisible, they'll still be glowing green, so you'd see where they were.
Okay.
That would be pretty ridiculous. That would be amazing. It's still pretty cool. I'm not sorry. I did not mean to discount your spell.
Hey, I'm happy with it. It's done well. It's
Two of them didn't take.
That was, I gotta say, that was a lot of fun role playing, trying to pretend to be some crazy gods.
hey,
It was good. It was totally good.
Your displacer tentacles were cracking me up.
Okay, so now that
Wobbledy
that's
wobbledy
out of the
woo.
way, cool. Now we've got
Moving along.
moving on. Now that the massive clearing part of the board, as you guys have done so eloquently, let's see. Move. Just gonna.
Now I could really go for a good fish fry.
I was going to say, this is making me want fish and chips for lunch.
Right? That sounds really, really good.
So he's moving. He's still within that. He's within that one, the outer ring. He calls out to the 3 Kuo-Toa up here. As he looks at Will and Shrag. And need you both to, let's see, no, say, I need you both to make Constitution saving throw or Charisma saving throws.
Charisma.
Yep. Will and Shrag, Charisma saves.
Is it doing a particular type of damage, or is it just actually? It's a 9. D&D Beyond, what are you doing today? But giving and taking it like up and down.
Switch
like
to dice.
yo-yo.
Jesus.
I mean,
Switch
to be
dice.
fair, my die just rolled a 2, so that gives me
Oh,
Yeah, what is happening to us? What is happening?
Damn it.
Steve brought her off or something.
Right? You made a deal with the devil herself.
Actually, being really funny, I'm prone amongst the rocks. Can I even be seen from there?
Oh
Are you
gosh, I
against
forgot
the-
we're prone.
Yeah, you were knocked prone.
We need to put something
Yeah,
on
but
you.
he's in the rubble, so wouldn't he have some cover?
Yeah, am I out of sight down there?
I'm definitely not.
Yeah.
Is there a way
Huh.
to make the giant name tag go away?
Go
Make him
under settings.
name only, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So can't quite see Shrag, but definitely can see Will. Because Will can see Will. So Will, what'd you get on your con save
6.
or charisma save?
6.
Okay. He is casting Bane on you, so it's a D4 minus your on your rolls, your attack rolls.
Okay. Is it just attack rolls or?
Must roll a D4 and subtract the number from attack and saving throw.
Attacks and saving throws. Okay. Thank you.
So there's basically some kind of like big muscly Mexican wrestler walk up with like cables out his back and then just like hit her on the head.
I didn't think Bane was Mexican, but that's okay. Alrighty, so you have Bane on you.
Batman's forever problem.
Add that little icon. Bane. Okay, so that's him. Will that get these guys out of here? Dash. Right about there. He'll be right about there. All right, so that's the whips. One, two, three, yeah. So that's the whips. Boom, 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 boom. Now for the monitors. Have any of that. They were to charge. Sprint forward. There and there. Covers them. Wait a minute. We got 2 Obsidian initiative order things here. Which one did you get? 8 or 18 this time?
18.
Huh?
18.
Okay. Or an 8. There shouldn't be any there. Okay. All right. Now let's see how many Kuo-Toa are still alive. Out. Out. That one's still alive. That one's out. Alive. Alive. Dead. 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 Alive. Okay. Alrighty. So. One. All right, so these 3 are going to come up on Will.
No. And I am prone, so if they are punching me, they get advantage.
Oh,
So those 3 come up on Will, and let's see. So
Roll dodging.
Melee attacks with their spears.
Okay.
So just use the beyond. It's much easier.
Yeah, I heard you grabbing for a big handful of dice, so.
Okay,
Love
so a 4 to hit, an
That's
18 to
not
hit,
enough.
and a 14
That
to
isn't.
hit. Oh,
That
wait.
is not enough. 1 hit.
Oh, that's right. They have advantage because you're prone. I totally forgot.
Yep.
So I need to roll 3 more times. So first hit's an 18.
Okay, that hits.
Second hit, natural 20.
That definitely hits, but I will negate it with my thingy that I can do. I can't remember what it's called.
And the third hit will be a 21.
That hits. So
Okay,
3 hits.
3 hits. 2 hands. 1, 2.
And it's called Sentinel at Death's Door is what I can do to negate nat 20s.
Cool. So 16 points of piercing damage total. As all 3 of them grip their spears in both hands and just stab, stab, stab.
Okay.
These Kuo-Toa. These 2 are gonna search for Shrag and try and attack him. Or these 3 will try and get Shrag. Shrag, you have partial cover, so it's an so actually you probably you would have full cover, so you get a +5 on your AC as I read these off.
Cool.
Awesome.
Alrighty, so first hit would be a 21 to hit.
Nope, that'll miss. Basically, you're aiming for 23.
Second hit would be a 12 to hit. Third one's a 10 to hit, so.
Whoo, lucky gobbo.
Is that including advantage though? Because bear in mind I'm prone as well.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, cool.
That was after advantage.
Cool. Okay. As Shrag lays on the ground, that they're all stabbing down at him with the spears. He's like rolling around, dodging them. He's like,
Hey, you wouldn't hit God, would you?
channeling the inner Loki.
This one is going to use and run up to here. I'm passing in front of Anari. And this last one going to run up and around the tent and come up on this side of the tent. Okay. Covers all of them and brings us back to the top of the order with Anarion.
Just a note, the 2 that are in my radiance need to make me another con saving throw, please.
It's on the start of your turn?
It's up if they end their turns in it.
If they end their turn. Okay. So 1, 2. All right. And you said con save?
Yes, please. DC 17.
All right. And they're both, I think one is a whip and one is a monitor. Okay. So con fails and succeeds.
Okay, so 19 radiant for the one that failed and 9. No. Yeah, 9 radiant for the one that succeeded. I can do math.
Totally. Alrighty. And it's 2:30, so let's take a quick 10-minute break.
Sounds good.
Because it's all kind of intense and fun. And if you guys are enjoying this so far, please continue watching. Let's see what happens next. We'll be back in probably about 10-15 minutes, maybe less.
Cool beans.
Become inspired by Sirenscape Online Player's massive sound library and weave your tabletop legends by building custom sound sets that bring your immersive world to life. Simply download the app to access the entire Sirenscape archive anytime you need epic sounds. The online player works perfectly alongside any virtual tabletop to bring your players together no matter where they are in the world. Broadcast your custom sound sets in real time with flawless audio quality to give them a game they'll never forget. Get the Sirenscape Online Player today at Sirenscape.com.
And we're back.
Hey,
Kind of
yeah.
going right through, you're not wasting any time, taking numbers, taking names. Get back to it. If you're just tuning in, Shadow Watch, live play D&D. Currently on an island with Kuo-Toa, and after trying to persuade them that Shragnaz is a new deity, yeah.
So, it almost
Chaos.
worked.
It almost worked.
You drew them all
Came
out.
close.
You
Came
drew them all out.
close.
Put them
Also,
all
I
in the
think
same place.
I also think Rye is going to get a kick out of the fact that you used the name Rye as your god.
Do you not get the lyrics of what I said?
Huh?
I'll read again. I'll post you to read again what I actually put when I made my statement, and then think
dear.
about it.
What am I missing? Something.
You'll see. You'll like it when you
Okay.
see it.
Okay.
Oh boy. Alrighty. So back to the top of the order with Anari. Looks like you had moved close to the edge of the building.
Yeah, I'm going to use my cunning action as the bonus to get my double movement and move to the edge of the building and hide in the shadows there. Looking for an opportunity to look for the big bad Duke that I heard being called out about.
Okay. All right. So you move there. You're waiting there. You're waiting to get in view of the who you think the leader creature is.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's bring us up to Shragnaz.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to stand up for half, brush myself off. Can't blame a goblin for trying. And I'm going to use my free action to disengage and move 15 foot.
Good call.
We could,
All right.
we could have had a Village of Jane episode, but of course.
And then what I'm going to do is decision singe. Which group to drop it on?
It would have been interesting if he had molded Earth into a statue of himself, would it not?
It's yet to come. Nope, that's not happening.
Make that happen before we leave. As long as we all die.
Then it would be the Legend of Jane, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to step forwards a little bit, and I am going to angle, drop a fireball there. And I'm going to cast it at level 4 and go, hey guys, surprise! Boom!
Actually found the spell sound just for you. You're casting a fireball where that current circle is?
Yep, the inner of that dark green circle that's just off to the side of Willhelminia.
7, 8 creatures need a dex save. Okay.
Yep, DC 17.
Two
all
Kuo-Toa
the
are
ones
caught by
today.
that.
That's 4 ones in amongst that damage, so that's 23 points of damage.
All right.
Ah, Lordy D&D Beyond. How you give us and how you take us away. I'm sure it's infected with Arbory.
2 markers.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Cool. And the 4 whips.
Well, I can't complain. She gave me the 20 right at the start.
Yeah.
That was what it all hinged off. That was, to be fair, that was a roll for today. All the others just like topping up.
That's all you get for your luck.
It's fine. It was a good one to get it on. It put us where we are.
17, right?
Yep.
Where's the little green dots? Is that disadvantage on something?
No, that's because they're glowing green.
Oh.
All of them failed.
Oh.
Oopsie. That's 23 points of fiery damage to them all, please.
Wow.
It was kind of like slow-mo montage. He was like flying through the air as he leaps and runs and disengages and goes boom like that, and then just flies through the air.
Yes.
And the flames, and obviously because it's really bright daylight over that way, it's like all the flames just going up in like extra bright explosion. Well, that's how it played out in Shrag's head anyway.
I can only imagine anything else in this enormous cave, like far away, is like, what is going on out there? There's just like
there's glows and flashes and daylight and booms and
from thousands of years of silence to chaos.
Alrighty. So 2 of the creatures die. The rest
Still good.
are smoldering, alive, not very happy.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, and that reminds, I need to check something. Is there is no way that would have succeeded. So Bane is no longer affecting Will.
Yay!
This is a concentration spell.
Ooh. See.
And since he took 23 damage, there's no real way to save from that.
Well, he would need a 12 con save.
Yeah, 11 or 12, because it's only half the damage, not the full damage. It's DC 10 or half the damage taken.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking you back into Bane here again.
Yeah. I mean, it's only fair.
Yep. Fair.
Well, in that case, with I thought it was the damage taken or no, I thought it was damage taken.
It's
Plus-
half damage taken or 10, whichever is higher.
Half damage plus 10 or not to double check that. He would have saved with that half damage plus 10 or half damage plus 10 is
No, it's half damage or 10. It's basically if you don't take any damage and you take, so if it's a DC 10, but if you take damage, you take the half damage.
At half
if
23
higher.
would have been 11. So yeah, he would have saved against that. So under that
Okay.
logic, Bane would still technically be active.
Okay.
Keep Bane active.
Fine, just cast spells, don't attack anything.
Brings us here. Okay. Con save
Bane
for
here.
him for the daylight. Makes the save. Half damage for the day for the daylight if he makes a save, or no damage.
Half damage.
What's the damage?
Oh, sorry, my internet glitched. I wasn't sure if I missed something. Oh, wow, okay. 29. So
29.
half to 14? Yeah.
Okay. There. Okay. Okay, so yep. First sphere, center each targets.
Okay, Jack. Stop. Come here.
Oh, hot coffee is hot.
One, two, three, four, 5. Drops this here. Alrighty. 3d8 plus 30 points of healing to each of the creatures within that circle from a mass cure wounds.
Does that include Hillary?
What?
Mask your wounds.
Yep.
Was that? Yep, it does include Will.
Uh, no, it doesn't quite. It doesn't include Will because Will's not an ally.
Ah, curses.
All right. So, and he ends there. So it's that save again because he ended his turn.
It is indeed.
He's got special too. Okay. So, all right. So, Will, he ended his turn, so that means he's got to take that con again. All right. He makes the save. How much does he take? You're muted, sweetie.
11.
11.
That's already halved.
That's already halved. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry, my dog was barking. I forgot I muted myself.
Totally understand. Alrighty. Obsidian, as you're at the end of the stairs, you sense something's going on, and as you kind of look about with your because your passive perception, you see a couple of bright lights that appear over the edge of the walls up above. So, what do you wish to do?
Well, I know they're going to message me if they need me, so I'm going to keep going.
Okay. So, all right. Well, while you're down there, take a quick move over.
Ooh.
So, Obsidian, as you are looking in that area, cracks in the walls. There's several. There's pretty much water all over, and you see kind of looking down. The water seems relatively clear with your vision. You see there are a couple of different holes that are kind of situated. Some of them are a little bit larger than others. Below the water line, the water is the water's kind of, if you were in human form, if in your normal form coming down, it would probably be waist to chest deep as you came in. But as a spider walking around the perimeter, you can kind of you have the air pocket, and then you can kind of see. But the water, it's definitely not a place you want to linger long, because you can tell you're below the water level. So the water seeping in, eventually the whole thing will flood out.
Okay. Do I notice any traps? I'd like to investigate for any traps in this area.
There are no traps that in the sense that you're familiar with. So you're not seeing anything. You just see the various mud pits, the various pits with that have stuff.
And I don't see anybody in the area.
No.
Okay. I'll go ahead and end my wild shape.
All right. So you end your wild shape and drop into the water.
I'm sure there's nothing in that water that's creepy. I'm sure.
Probably not.
Okay.
And you said there were 3 holes?
In There are multiple holes as you kind of go around. You can see 3 right now as you step through.
Okay.
You were checking for traps. Where did you end your wild shape and drop in?
I would have probably, so right around this corner, I would have looked to see if there was anybody. And when I didn't see anybody, I probably would have dropped it right about here
Okay,
from the wall.
that's good. That good.
And I rolled an investigation at a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
Ooh.
So the pits that you can see below the water, they look like they've been dug out and there's a thin layer of mud coating it.
Okay. And if you'll remember, you may not remember, but before we got on the brooms last time, I switched my cloaks out. So instead of my cloak of elven, what is it? Yeah, instead of my cloak of elvenkind, I'm wearing my cloak of the manta ray.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's right. You can swim.
So I have a swimming speed of 60, and I can breathe underwater.
Okay. So you would dive. So diving under, you would see, you'd see these mud pits, and that's where we'll leave you, and then we'll come back and check on that.
Okay.
So that takes care of Obsidian. Will.
Ha. Okay, I will stand up. I am not enjoying being prone around all these baddies.
Totally understand.
Well,
One of them is dead.
Okay, that is
2
good.
more are standing there, and they've got their spears in hands, are ready to continue to stab at you with their spears.
Okay, so as my bonus action, as I stand up, I just move my hand, and the whole glowing cylinder moves. And they won't take any damage. They're just in the sunlight because they still don't take damage until they end their turn there.
Okay, so were you trying to catch both of the Kuo-Toa that are on you in the sunlight?
I don't think there's a way I can do that. I'm just trying to catch the maximum amount possible. So I'm just doing that right there.
Okay.
And then as my bonus or as my action, I will cast a 4th level spiritual guardians.
Okay.
So flitting all around me are what looks like little fireflies just glowing with the same kind of warm light that is coming from my dawn spell.
And they set, you're the center and they roam around you, right?
Yes, it
What's
is
the radius?
a 15 feet from me in every direction. So 15-foot radius.
15-foot radius.
And of course, I'm designating my allies to be unaffected.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out when they have to.
All right. So they would start their turns in that radius.
Yeah. When the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw.
So at the start of their turns, they'll all have to make wisdom saving throws because they're currently they're in that radius as soon as it comes up.
All righty. That's my turn.
All righty. All right. First one, wisdom save. What's your DC again? 17?
Yes.
Makes the save.
Okay. He will take half damage. Okay, so it would be 18 radiant damage reduced to 9.
All righty. So he feels it.
Actually, just very quickly as well, Scoob, while you're moving those up, those 3 that have the green dot on them, it's not affected them yet because they've not been in combat, but actually when that sickening radiance ended, the green glow and the exhaustion would have ended as well because it only lasts as long as the spell.
Okay.
And as a note, I can't cast Spirit Guardians.
What? Oh.
I'm sorry. You can give your dude the 9 points back because that's concentration, and I forgot that I can't.
You confused characters again, right?
I did. So instead, I am going to reach out and touch one of the dudes next to me and cast Inflict Wounds.
Okie dokie.
At 2nd level. So that's a 14 to hit.
You already roll your d4 and subtract?
Nope. Yeah. So that makes an 11 to hit.
Meets it beats.
Oh.
No. I was looking at the wrong character. He's got an AC of 13.
Okay. It misses. No worries. Sorry about that. I totally spaced on the concentration of Spirit Guardians.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, you're hitting regular
missed?
Kuo-Toa. No, not one of the whips. Gotcha.
You can't touch somebody? What do you mean you missed?
I missed horribly.
She reached out and her hand got hit and it kind of ducked and she got coated in like the slimy skin that emits off of these guys.
Slimy.
Kind of picture these guys as like mud skippers, but in humanoid form.
Yep.
All right, so.
Gross.
All right.
Okay, sorry about that. That's my
No, you're good. So this guy is going to charge up and come right up next to Will and make 2 attacks. Try to. Yeah. 2 attacks. Oh, first with his staff. Natural 20.
Ow. Yeah, that'll hit, but I will negate the nat 20.
Okay, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. That's a 7.
So as he kind of runs up, he brings down this staff that looks like it's got a pair of claws, like a crab claw, and he kind of gets you and it grabs you around it's kind of there on the neck as he kind of grabs you with it. And the impact does 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then he kind of comes in and comes in to bite you.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's a 12 to hit on the bite.
That is not enough.
Grappled, you're incapacitated.
I'm incapacitated?
Was it condition ends when the grapple? Oh, no, you're not incapacitated. Grappled. No, you're fine.
Okay, I'm just grappled.
Yep, you're good. So.
Okay.
That's him. Next one.
Oh, I need to make a concentration check because I just took damage. And sorry, I took 9 points of damage. Something like that. It was under 10.
The staff gave you 7. So
7. Okay. Yes, I saved then. I got a 12 on my con check.
Alrighty. Let's see, the next one. Exhausted. So that point of exhaustion.
It's just disadvantage on skill checks, right? It's not like
Yeah.
attack rolls or anything.
Let's see. Charge over to Shragnaz.
Oh, hi.
And he will attempt. Manage. Yeah, that's a 6 to try and hit Shrag on the first attack.
You will not strike me, for I am a god. What do I have to tell you?
And he misses. It's a 9 for the second one.
See?
Totally avoided the nat 20 on that one.
Wow.
Only mass cure wounds wouldn't remove the condition, I don't think. I don't remember.
So just to check that, what are they getting a disadvantage from?
The light.
No, okay.
Ah, yeah, cool, yeah, the daylight, yeah. The sensitivity, man, because they're so sensitive, caring and living.
Next one's going to rush over, and then he will take his swipes at Shrag. As a dirty 20 to hit.
It does currently, but then Shrag like sees the hit like just about to hit him in the face, and then just goes no, and cast shield as a reaction.
Alrighty.
I'll tip my arm class 23 for the rest of the turn.
Yep, misses on both of the next ones. Rush over here. And then he will attack Will.
Okay.
Pincer staff. 16 to hit with the staff.
That is not enough.
Yeah, double check the grapple. Does the grapple make it easier or harder to hit you? I'm trying to remember.
I don't. It might be at advantage. I don't remember.
Grapple creature speed becomes 0. Can't benefit of any bonus to its speed. Conditions the grappler is incapacitated. The condition also ends in effect or removes the grapple creature. Nope. Doesn't say
Okay, so it basically
impact
just makes
anything
my
else.
speed 0. Okay.
So, has a 16 to hit with the pincer staff. 16 doesn't hit.
No, sir.
All right, coming in for a bite. 14 to hit. Doesn't
Nope.
hit. So, him. Let's monitor. Oh, and he ended his turn inside your bright space.
Yes.
Con saving throw. Makes the save.
Okay, so 21 reduced to 10 radiant.
Alrighty. This brings us to the 2 monitors. Whoops. Yeah. One's gonna rush over to here. We'll make 2 unarmed strikes against Will. All right, so first attack is a 7 to hit.
That's not enough.
Second attack is a 17 to hit.
That is not enough.
Third attack is a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. For 3 points of piercing damage as it misses you with its 2 fists and gets you with a bite.
Ow.
Chompy,
Chomp
chompy.
down on my thumb.
This next one is going to rush down. Just kind of out of the way. All right. Brings us to the Kuo-Toa that are around. This one's just on the edge of your bright thing, so he's going to attack Will because she's just getting all of it.
I'm just the popular girl at the party. Just everybody wants to talk to me.
So, but well, I'll just put the 2 of them together. Both of them are
you're the
spear attacks
only
on
girl.
It's true.
Say 13 to hit and a 19 to hit.
Miss and hit.
All right, so the 19 hits. Okay. for 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay, they're whittling me down. Owie.
Them. And that one. All right, this one. He will take a spear attack on you. Natural 20.
I will negate that.
You will negate that?
Uh-huh. It still hits, but it's not a nat 20. I'm running out of these things, man. You're rolling all the nat 20s against me today.
That's a 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
All right.
Yep, Will's looking a little bloody.
Another one's coming in, gets into position to hit you with the spear.
Okay.
10 to hit.
That is not enough.
Another one moves in. It's where all of them have range to hit you. You just kind of Koto all around you. 7 to hit.
Nope.
This one over there. Can't get any
Oh.
range.
Oh. Oh, buddy. That's a kill
All right,
box.
so the
I ever
last
saw
ones
one.
can't really get in, so we'll bring it back up to Anari at the top.
All these guys seem to be focused on Will, right?
Yeah.
So I was along the building.
Yep.
So if I move, my movement's still not going to put me to the edge of the building, is it? All right. I'll go ahead and move up and again try to stay hidden in the shadows. I think that gives me 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I still can't see anything up here. Yeah, my dark vision or whatever is really, it's grayed out in a lot of spaces. That's kind of weird.
Well, you're trying to look around the building.
No, I mean even like over in this space where I should be able to see normal. But anyway, it's all good. So there's a bunch around Will.
Yep.
And I still can't see the Duke yet, can I?
No, he's not in your line of sight.
All right. I'll use my cunning action again and move another 30 then. Or actually, at least to the edge of the building. Does that put me? So now I can see him, right?
Yeah, you would see the one standing off to the side there.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then stay hidden. Just try to stay hidden in the shadows there.
Okay. And you're still invisible.
So far.
Yep.
Haven't attacked or cast a spell.
Alrighty. Yeah. Does that complete your turn?
Actually, let me back up. I want to stay right at the edge of the building.
Okay.
Try to get a little cover from the corner of the building.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Shragnaz.
Okay, I am going to use a bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
And I am going to leg it straight back 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to there. And he's then going to go,
Okay. Bye.
and cast the fireball. And again, it's going to be a level 4.
Level 4 fireball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures to dex save.
And that's really annoying because D&D Beyond had the dice dancing on top of the other dice that landed on the 4, rolled and slid across the dice, and then rolled off onto a 1. I mean, really? Even the graphics are against me today?
Wow.
It's fine. Still roll 29. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah, so DC 17 dex saves for those 5.
Yeah, because the Kuo-Toa and the whips have the same dex modifier, so I just rolled that.
Cool.
And none of them passed. Yep.
They all take 29 points of burning, flaming, fiery damage.
29?
Indeedy.
Alrighty.
Stop it.
So 3 of the 5 die. It's like, well, it's like you feel the heat on one side, and as you're kind of looking over, you see the bright light of another fireball, and the 3 Kuo-Toa that were on the western side of you just sit there and turn into crispy charred things and fall over.
Okay.
A little bit of room to breathe.
Alrighty. I will cast.
Hold on, it's not your turn yet.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was my turn.
No, I was just to make sure I let you know so you could feel a little bit of relief because you were getting all dogpiled by all these Kuo-Toa.
Yep. Thank you. I was feeling a little anxiety.
All right, so start and end the turn in the bright light, right?
End turn in bright light.
End in the bright light? Okay, so
Yep.
doesn't worry if he's starting in the bright light as long as he ends in the bright light.
Yep.
So what are we gonna have him do? Nope, would not sense him. We did 1 slot for that, so we could do that. No. That will make him. Huh. Yeah, that's what I'll have him do. Let's see. So what's the range on that? Virtual 60 feet. So who's within 60 feet? Not him. No, he's not going to do that. He is going to cast Sanctuary on himself.
Uh-oh.
That will be his turn. Which brings us to Obsidian over in the cellar. All right, Obsidian, you have the mud pits around. You're investigating them. They appear to be covered over and somewhat disguised.
Okay. So I'll check out the first mud pit that I'm standing next to, I guess.
All right. So as you go and you start to dig out the mud, all the motion kind of disturbs the silt, so visibility in the water starts to degrade. You notice as you kind of So you notice as you kind of pull away the mud, you start to feel stones, but they seem to be kind of rough cut. So it gives you some gems and some other items just kind of buried into the mud.
Okay.
So you're discovering treasure in the first mud pit you start digging in.
Excellent. How much treasure?
I will tell you
I'm going to
later.
grab it all. Oh.
You're going to start grabbing. You find rings and gems in this pit.
Okay.
I will tell you what you find if that's what you're trying. And as for later, right now it's your first one is treasure.
Yep. Okay. So yes, I'll grab it all and then move on.
Alrighty. Easy peasy on the turn.
Easy peasy.
I need a quick moment. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
Be right back. Let you guys talk amongst yourselves or no, we'll go to a break real quick and I'll be right back.
Become inspired by Syrinscape Online Player's massive sound library and weave your tabletop legends by building custom sound sets that bring your immersive world to life. Simply download the app to access the entire Syrinscape archive anytime you need epic sounds. The online player works perfectly alongside any virtual tabletop to bring your players together no matter where they are in the world. Broadcast your custom sound sets in real time with flawless audio quality to give them a game they'll never forget. Get the Syrinscape Online Player today at Syrinscape.com.
Real quick, we're back, so just getting right into it. Will, the Duke stayed inside your glowy space. He made his save. How much damage does he take?
7 plus 6 is 13. Plus 6 is 19. 21. I seem to be consistently rolling 21 and 22 on this damage.
So 10 points of damage because he made the save.
Yes.
Good to go. All right, we went through Obsidian. Will, it's your turn.
Okay. I've been trying to figure out how to use a certain spell, and it's very confusing. But
which spell is it?
Anti-life shell, but I'm not going to use it right now. because it's just too. I need to figure it out more before I try to
Oh.
use it.
That one.
Yeah, it's very poorly worded. Watsy, please reword anti-life shell. But regardless, the I kind of am looking around, surveying the area, and I just can't get enough bad guys in my dawn spell, so I'm going to drop it. It did us well, and I'm going to replace it with a 4th level spirit guardians.
Alrighty. This is where now we have our 15-foot radius.
Yes, please.
Okay. Alrighty. That's a good number that will get caught as their turns start. Anything else you wish to do?
Nope.
Alrighty. Alright. Wisdom save, correct?
Yes, please. Can I use a potion on my bonus action?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I think dropping a spell it's a free action. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to drink a potion yourself, it's a bonus action.
Okay. I would like that, please.
Okay.
Can you use my potion of greater healing?
Yeah, as you're
Jeez.
grappled with the thing on you.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Wow.
So,
I just rolled all 3s and 4s on my healing.
say
Yes, wisdom
Um,
save. These are D8s, I believe.
what's happened when they fail the save? How much damage did it take?
Trying to find it. It's going to be 4d8. 5, 11, actually 5d8 because I upcast it. 12, 19, 20 radiant damage.
20 radiant?
Yes, and anybody who failed their save is at half speed. Yep.
Boot for snail for half speed. So their movement's half speed.
Yes.
Okie dokie. All right, so he's over there, and okay, so because I believe he's the one who's got his pincer staff on you, he's just gonna try and bite you.
Ah.
So here we go. That would be a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
3 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Ow, stop poking me with that. It's sharp.
So let's have that. Oh, this one. All right. These two that were facing off with Shragnaz, after seeing his fireballs, they look at each other, and then they start hurling sacred flame at him.
Nice.
That's fair.
Let's see. So it's a hit. 19 to hit on the first hit.
That does hit, so I am going to do a shield as a reaction,
Okay.
and it'll bounce off.
All right, so both miss. That covers their attacks. Nah, we'll just let it go. Gives me the first. Okay. This one's right on the edge of Will's Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
So I will make him roll for that wisdom save. And he fails the save. So it was what, 20 points of damage?
Oh, I was rolling it again, but
All
I
right.
can use the last one if you want.
No, that's fine. If you already started
Okay.
rolling,
This one was 30 points, so it's 15 if he saved.
he failed.
Ooh,
You missed it
okay.
by your DC 17, right?
Yep.
You missed it by 1.
Yes.
So that gets him out of the game. Let's see. This monitor. Oh, damn it. Hi. Okay, so that one went. That one's dead. That one's there. 2 whips on her. So the second whip, who's inside the range, he has to make his wisdom save. This is at the start of the turn. Makes the save.
Okay. $24 reduced to 12 radiant damage.
All right. Okay. And then he will make his 2 attacks on Will. Piercer Staff for the first hit is a 10, which is miss. Goes in for the bite, which is a natural 20.
Ooh, jeez. I'm running out of these things, so I'm going to save this one. I mean, I'm going to take this one.
That's 7 points of piercing damage as it bites you.
Okay. Ow.
Alrighty. Covers him. So first monitor, he starts his turn in there. Wisdom save. Fails the save. What's the damage?
17 reduced to 8.
17 points of damage. Okay. All right. Now he's going to make his attacks. First one. It's a 16 to hit. Miss.
That will miss.
Second one's a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
That is 7 points of bludgeoning damage and 4 points of lightning damage. As when his fist connects, you just feel the surge of electricity hit your body.
Ow! My
then he comes in
hand
for a bite.
malfunctions a little bit.
12 to hit on a bite.
That will not hit.
Alrighty. Brings us to the second monitor, which turns and looks right at Anari and then starts to attack.
Is he in my zone, my auto
He is
zone?
in your zone, so he will do that first. He fails the save, so what is the damage?
17 again. Oh wait, I need to roll one more. Sorry. 23.
23, 17, 23.
23 reduced to 12. Nope, 11.
Another 6 more. I subtracted 17. I need to subtract a bit
Oh.
more. All right. So yeah, he took the damage. He's still up. He starts to attack Anari because he turns right around to look at Anari and then starts to attack. So first attack, second attack. First one's a 10 to hit. The second one's a 21 to hit. They could both miss, right?
I think you're muted, John.
21 meets, so meets beats.
Okay. Let's see. 8 points of bludgeoning damage and 3 points of lightning damage on the second hit as it connects.
Okay.
Misses on the bite. Still invisible, but for some reason it could sense exactly where you were and attacked.
Got that
This Kuo-Toa,
special.
who starts his turn in your space. Yep, that fails.
32 reduced to 16 if you made it.
Dead.
Oh. Rolled 3 7s and an 8 and other things.
All right, one more.
That made up for it.
Fails that one too.
Huh?
The next one fails. It's safe too.
Oh my goodness. Okay, 6, 11, 15. Oh God, 15 plus 8. It's 23.
23, you
25.
say?
25 damage.
Dead.
Sweet. They're just
Right,
getting
and
swarmed and like kind of like in The Mummy when the scarabs come up and there's just a skeleton left. It's like that, but with really innocent looking fireflies.
third one dies too with a nat 1 on its save.
Oh, wow.
He's dead too.
He did.
That removes the Kuo-Toa from the regular Kuo-Toa from the initiative order.
Nice.
Brings us to Anari.
All right.
Get him, Anari.
So here's my question for the DM.
Sure.
If a creature misty steps and suddenly appears beside you, is that creature surprised?
I would think so.
All right, then here's what I'm doing. I'm going to move 10 feet here to
You get
put
an
me
attack of
in.
opportunity from the monitor.
That's fine. And then I'm going to misty step here
Okay.
and then get my 2 surprise attacks against the Duke.
You'll have to roll a wisdom saving throw when you attack the Duke. And you'll get
Right.
the attack of opportunity from the monitor. He rolls.
Right, because sanctuary.
That's an 11 to hit from the monitor as you walk past. That was a miss.
Yeah,
Yes.
I rolled a 17, so plus 2, so 19 on the wisdom save.
All right.
Nice.
So for your, yep, you get through that. So you can
Okay.
you can attack.
Okay. So on the attack, I rolled 1 nat 20 and a 17 for a total of 30 and 26 to hit.
Okay.
With my assassinate feature, they're critical because he's surprised.
What's the damage?
105 points of damage.
One shot, dead.
Dang. Been setting up the whole combat for that move, and boy, did it pay off.
Oh, and I'm visible now, by the way.
I know.
Worth it. Oh
Greg,
my
you're up.
goodness. You just hear Will in the background. Woo! Get him, Greggy.
So Shraggy's going to go, so I got more where that came from. And he's going to drop a fireball there on the far side of
Yes.
Willhelminia. So that's a DC 17 dex save again. And that is going to be another fireball. And that's 27 points of damage.
Nice.
All 4 fail.
Oh.
Dead. Dead and dead.
That was a crazy sound. What was that?
Alrighty, so okay, so that leaves 2 creatures left. Does that complete your turn, Shrag?
That one that stood next to Hilly that's still alive.
It's still alive.
That one I'm going to use my Fury of the Small and do an additional. Let me just double check what damage. I think it might still be 8.
It's equal to your level.
Oh, no. It's gone up then. So that's 10 extra points of damage to him then for Fury of the Small.
Yes.
I don't
All right,
like you. I don't
he
like
is
you.
Dead.
And with that, all of the little fireflies, since they have nothing else to do, they just kind of like, a couple of them land on Nat's shoulders and they're just kind of like checking her out. Like, what are you?
So that will bring us to Obsidian. All right. So you've searched the pit.
Yeah.
Collecting treasure, and the
Yep.
silt doing that kind of disturbed the silt. So now the visibility on the water is just shot.
Okay. I'm going to make my way over to the next one, or feel my way over to the next one, and take a peek around that one.
All right. So roll your investigation at disadvantage.
Where's that? Let's see. Uh, 15.
You haven't quite you get in there, but because the silt is interfering with your visibility so much under the water, you're not quite getting to the pit itself to get into it.
Okay.
It's back over here. Alrighty, which brings us to Will. 1 creature left.
I just slowly walk over to it. And as I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, poke it in the eyeballs.
Yeah. I'm gonna poke it in the eyeballs with a guiding bolt.
Alrighty.
That is and I don't have Bane anymore on me, right?
No, that would have dissipated because the creature that cast it's
Okay. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
that will hit.
Okay, and I am casting this at first level.
Okay.
Plus 3 is 6. Plus 5 is 11. Plus 5 is 16 radiant damage, and he is now aglow.
No, he's not. He's dead.
Oh, he is dead.
He be dead.
Awesome.
So that'd be all the creatures.
Shrag's going to turn to Willhelminia and go, well, they could have listened.
They really should have. I think you would have made a good god.
And since this is probably the best spot to stop for this week and
Oh.
then pick up because it's almost 4 o'clock.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
This will be where we take our break, and when we come back, our next week when we come back, it'll be checking out the pit that Obsidian is in, and the rest of the party figuring out where Obsidian disappeared to.
Yep.
Last they saw, he turned in. He went invisible, appeared, then disappeared, and haven't seen him since. And he missed all the fun you guys were having.
Alrighty.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Kaboom.
Kablooey. Oh, that was very satisfying.
Shrag will wander over to Willhelminia and like so give her a big high five. He'll reach up for it, and then like looking over Anarion, and she's got to wave at him and just give him like the finger guns and go.
Now we got to go find Obsidian.
Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for my cast for hanging out this afternoon. If you enjoyed this video, please please hit the like, the subscribe, and the bell notification. If you're new or if you're regular, be sure to hit the like button. Feed the algorithm. Tomorrow morning is Sunday with Scoob. 2-hour kind of morning show. Thinking about working. Looks like I'm probably going to work on the Dire Troll that came out in the latest Paint Night kit. There's no challenge accepted this week because they are currently still on hiatus. They will be back for their next arc next Saturday on the 12th. Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern is Scuba on the Rye, our weekly podcast where Rye and I talk about games, movies, and all of the various things. Thank you everyone for enjoying. Be sure to check out Sirenscape.com for the background musics and soundboards that we use tonight or today. And nothing else. You guys all have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you on our next stream. Bye, everybody.
Bye.